Welcome to Kindness of Park. If you love emotional, mysterious, and inspiring stories, you're in the right place. Please like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another unforgettable story from Kindness of Park. Now, let's begin. Rain fell gently over the quiet town of Ashwood as students hurried toward the old brick building of Westbridge High School. It was the first day after the summer break, and everyone was excited to reunite with friends, share stories, and make new memories. Inside classroom 12, laughter echoed through the room. Emma Carter stood near the window, surrounded by her closest friends, Sophia, Jake, Ryan, and Chloe. They were among the most popular students in school. Everyone admired them, and many wished to be part of their group. "Did you hear?" Jake whispered with a grin. "There's a new girl joining us today." Sophia smiled confidently. "I hope she knows this isn't some small-town school where everyone becomes friends overnight." The group laughed. Just then, the classroom door opened. Their teacher, Mrs. Wilson, entered with a girl standing quietly beside her. She looked no older than 16. Her long brown hair was neatly tied back, and she wore a simple gray sweater with faded blue jeans. She held an old backpack tightly against her chest. Her eyes searched the room nervously. "This is Lily Brooks," Mrs. Wilson announced warmly. "She recently moved here with her grandmother. I hope you'll all make her feel welcome." For a moment, the room stayed silent. Then whispers began. "She looks so shy. Look at that old backpack. I bet she doesn't even own a phone." Emma exchanged a quick glance with Sophia. Neither of them smiled. Mrs. Wilson looked around the room. "Is there anyone willing to let Lily sit beside them?" No hands went up. Instead, students avoided eye contact. Finally, Mrs. Wilson pointed toward an empty seat at the back. "You can sit there, Lily." Lily nodded politely. "Thank you, ma'am." She walked quietly across the classroom. As she passed Emma's group, Ryan muttered loudly enough for everyone nearby to hear. "Looks like someone got lost on the way to another school." The group burst into laughter. Lily heard every word. She didn't respond. She simply sat down, opened her notebook, and stared out the window. Days passed. Lily remained quiet. She always arrived early and left immediately after the final bell. She never joined conversations. She ate lunch alone beneath the oldest oak tree on campus. The other students noticed, but few cared. Emma's group often made jokes whenever Lily walked by. "Maybe she's practicing to become invisible," Chloe laughed. "She's already halfway there," Jake replied. Everyone laughed again. Only one student seemed uncomfortable. Daniel Harper. Daniel wasn't popular. He preferred books over parties and spent most afternoons helping in the school library. One afternoon, he noticed Lily sitting alone with a sketchbook. She wasn't drawing cartoons. She was creating beautiful pencil portraits. Each drawing looked incredibly lifelike. Daniel stopped. "These are amazing." Lily looked up, surprised. "Oh, thank you. You drew these yourself?" She nodded shyly. "My mother taught me before she passed away." Daniel smiled kindly. "I think she would be proud." For the first time since arriving at Westbridge High, Lily smiled. It was small, but genuine. Across the courtyard, Emma noticed them talking. Sophia folded her arms. "Looks like the quiet girl finally found a friend." Emma shrugged. "Let them be." But something about Lily's calm confidence irritated her. It wasn't jealousy. It was something she couldn't explain. The following Friday, Mrs. Wilson announced exciting news. "Students, next month our school will celebrate its 100th anniversary." The classroom buzzed with excitement. There will be music, performances, food, and a special guest. Jake raised his hand. Who? Mrs. Wilson smiled mysteriously. I can't reveal that yet. Groans filled the room. But, she continued, our class has been chosen to organize the welcome ceremony. Everyone cheered. Mrs. Wilson divided students into teams. Decorations. Music. Photography. Guest reception. Emma naturally became the leader of the planning committee. She loved being in charge. When Mrs. Wilson assigned Lily to Emma's team, the room grew awkward. Emma forced a smile. This should be interesting. The first planning meeting took place after school. Emma spread colorful papers across a large table. Okay, everyone has a job. She pointed around the room. Sophia, flowers. Jake, sound system. Ryan, chairs. Chloe, guest list. Then she looked at Lily. You can clean up afterward. The group laughed. Lily quietly nodded. That's fine. Daniel frowned. Why doesn't Lily help with decorations? She's an amazing artist. Emma replied coldly. We already have enough people. Lily gently touched Daniel's arm. It's okay. She wasn't angry. She had grown used to being overlooked. Later that evening, Lily returned home. Her grandmother, Margaret Brooks, welcomed her with warm soup. How was school today? Lily smiled softly. It was okay. Margaret looked into her granddaughter's eyes. You don't have to pretend with me. Lily sighed. They don't really like me. Margaret held her hand. My dear, people often judge what they don't understand. Lily nodded. I know. Her grandmother smiled gently. One day they'll see your heart. The anniversary celebration drew closer. The entire school became busy preparing. One afternoon, Emma's group gathered in the auditorium. They were discussing invitations for the mysterious guest. Mrs. Wilson handed Emma a sealed envelope. This invitation is extremely important. Emma opened it. Inside was a golden card. Printed across the front were the words, reserved for the honor guest. At the bottom was only one sentence. Please ensure this invitation reaches Ms. Eleanor Brooks personally. Emma frowned. Who is Eleanor Brooks? Mrs. Wilson smiled. You'll find out soon. Ryan laughed. Sounds like someone's rich grandmother. Sophia rolled her eyes. Probably another boring donor. Nobody paid much attention. Except Lily. The moment she heard the name, her face turned pale. She quickly looked down at her notebook. Daniel noticed. Are you okay? Lily hesitated. Yes. But her voice trembled. The next morning, Emma accidentally left the golden invitation on a cafeteria table. When she returned minutes later, it was gone. Panic spread instantly. Mrs. Wilson searched every classroom. Teachers questioned students. The principal became furious. That invitation cannot be replaced. Emma felt sick. If we don't find it. No one finished the sentence. Suddenly Jake pointed across the hallway. Wait. There goes Lily. She was carrying a gold-colored envelope. Jake shouted loudly enough for everyone to hear. She took it. Within seconds, students surrounded Lily. Emma stepped forward. So, you stole the invitation? Lily looked confused. No. Ryan pointed at the envelope in her hands. Then what's that? Slowly. Lily looked down. The hallway became completely silent. Every eye was fixed on her. Emma folded her arms. Who called her here, and why does she have that envelope? Nobody knew that the answer would change everything they believed about the quiet girl. And before the truth came out, the group laughed. They had no idea that, very soon, they would discover exactly who Lily Brooks really was. The hallway fell completely silent. More and more students gathered around Lily. Emma crossed her arms. "So?" she asked. "Are you going to explain why you have that envelope?" Lily looked from one face to another. Every eye was fixed on her. "This isn't your invitation," she said quietly. "It's a letter for my grandmother." Jake laughed. "What a coincidence. The missing invitation and your letter are both gold." Several students laughed with him. Ryan stepped closer. "Open it." Lily shook her head. "It's personal." "Oh, now she's hiding something," Chloe whispered. Before the argument could continue, Mrs. Wilson hurried down the hallway. "What's going on here?" Emma pointed at Lily. "She has a golden envelope. We think she took the invitation." Mrs. Wilson looked at Lily kindly. "Lily, may I see it?" Without hesitation, Lily handed it over. Mrs. Wilson opened the envelope. Inside was a handwritten letter addressed to Mrs. Margaret Brooks. Mrs. Wilson looked embarrassed. "This isn't the school's invitation." The hallway became quiet. Jake scratched the back of his neck. "Oh." Ryan looked away. Emma forced a smile. We were just making sure." Lily simply nodded. "I understand." She picked up her books and walked away. Daniel watched her leave. He couldn't believe how quickly everyone had judged her. That afternoon, the missing invitation was finally discovered. A janitor found it under a table in the cafeteria. Emma had accidentally dropped it herself. Mrs. Wilson announced the news during class. It was never stolen. No one looked at Lily. The room was filled with uncomfortable silence. Daniel noticed Lily writing quietly in her notebook as if nothing had happened. But deep inside, he knew those accusations had hurt her. After school, Daniel caught up with her outside. "You didn't deserve that." Lily smiled faintly. "It's okay." "No, it isn't." She stopped walking. "You know something, Daniel?" "What?" "When people decide who you are before they know you, nothing you say changes their minds." Daniel didn't know how to answer. Instead, he asked a different question. "Who's Eleanor Brooks?" Lily froze. For a second, she looked as though she might answer. Then she simply smiled. "You'll know soon enough." Meanwhile, preparations for the anniversary celebration continued. The mysterious guest was still a secret. Teachers polished every corner of the school. Students rehearsed speeches. Emma wanted everything to be perfect. "This event will be remembered forever," she told her team. Sophia nodded. "And everyone important in town will be there." Jake grinned. "Maybe even television reporters." Emma smiled proudly. "Exactly." At Lily's small house on the edge of town, her grandmother sat beside the fireplace, reading the golden letter. She sighed deeply. "So, they've invited me." Lily nodded. "They don't know who you are." Margaret smiled. "They soon will." Lily looked worried. "I don't want them to feel embarrassed." Her grandmother gently held her hand. Embarrassment teaches lessons that words cannot. The next week, excitement filled the school. The principal gathered every student in the auditorium. "Our honored guest will arrive on Friday morning." Everyone clapped. "This guest has donated millions of dollars to schools across the country, helping thousands of children receive scholarships." Students whispered excitedly. "I wonder who it is. Maybe a famous actress. Or a billionaire." Emma imagined shaking hands with someone important. She wanted to impress whoever it was. Friday finally arrived. The school looked beautiful. Fresh flowers decorated the entrance. Red carpet stretched toward the main hall. Teachers stood in formal clothing. Students waited in neat rows. Emma adjusted her blazer. This has to go perfectly. Jake looked toward the school gates. I think they're here. A long black luxury car slowly entered the campus. Every student stared. The driver stepped out first. Then several security guards. Whispers spread everywhere. Wow. They must be really important. The back door opened. Everyone leaned forward. But instead of an elegant businesswoman or celebrity, an elderly woman wearing a simple blue dress stepped out. Her silver hair was neatly tied back. She carried herself with quiet confidence. Lily smiled the moment she saw her. Grandma. Before anyone could react, Lily ran forward and hugged the woman warmly. The students looked confused. Emma blinked. Wait. Jake frowned. That's Lily's grandmother. The principal hurried forward. His face lit up with excitement. Welcome, Ms. Eleanor Margaret Brooks. The crowd gasped. Mrs. Wilson smiled proudly. It is an honor to have you here. Emma felt her heart skip a beat. Eleanor Brooks? The same name from the invitation. The mysterious guest. The famous philanthropist. The woman whose donations had changed thousands of lives. She was Lily's grandmother. The students stared in complete disbelief. Jake whispered. No way. Ryan looked speechless. Sophia slowly lowered her head. Everything suddenly made sense. Lily had never tried to impress anyone. She had never mentioned her family. She had never shown off. She had simply wanted to be treated like everyone else. Eleanor Brooks smiled warmly at the students. I've heard many things about this wonderful school. Then her eyes briefly met Emma's group. I've also learned that kindness is far more valuable than popularity. Those words hit the group harder than any punishment. Emma felt ashamed. For the first time in years, she wished she could take back every cruel joke, every laugh, and every moment she had ignored Lily. But the ceremony had only just begun. And Eleanor Brooks had one final announcement that would leave the entire school completely speechless.